Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the comparison between this new Honor View 20 versus the OnePlus 60. And we don't know the exact pricing of the Honor View 20 yet, but I've heard that the pricing will be very close to the OnePlus 60. So let's do a practical comparison between these two devices. And yes, I will also be showing you a lot of camera samples later on with both the front facing as well as the rear facing camera. And if we talk about the looks, in terms of screen size and stuff, it's almost same. Both of them are having similar screen sizes. This has a 6.4 inch screen, whereas this one has a slightly bigger 6.41 inch. But again, it loses some screen real estate due to this drop down notch. Whereas this new Honor View 20 has this new type of notch that is called the punch hole notch, which I feel is going to become the norm for flagship phones in 2019, and maybe the OnePlus 7 or the 70 might also go with that. As you can see, this is the drop down notch and this is the punch hole notch, which is the new thing. Moving to the screen technologies, again both of them have very good screen quality, as you can see, vibrant screens and stuff. But yes, this is having an IPS LCD screen, but it's a very bright IPS LCD screen, whereas the OnePlus goes with the AMOLED screen. In terms of weight, they are similar, but surprisingly, the View 20 is slightly lighter. You don't feel that much. It's 180 grams. This is 185. Now, moving to the back, things a little bit different over here. Both are sort of a fingerprint magnet, but on this one, they have this unique pattern, and if light falls, you get this unique effect. At least on this color, it looks really cool, I would say. But again, it'll come down to personal preference. Another thing is that the fingerprint scanner is a little bit different. On this, we have a traditional fingerprint scanner where we have on the back. So if the phone is on the standby also, like this, you just click on it and it unlocks. And it is really, really fast. As you can see, just touch it and it unlocks. Whereas on this, it's a in-display fingerprint scanner. And yeah, so you have to stop and then do it. But yeah, this is also actually fast. But again, I would say it will come down to personal preference. You want in-display fingerprint scanner or this rear mounted. But the performance is really fast regarding the fingerprint scanner. Now moving to the processors, here's things actually change. The OnePlus 60 is having the 2018 flagship Snapdragon 845 SoC, which was based on the 10 nanometer process, whereas this Honor View 20 is having the new HiSilicon Kirin 980 SoC, which is based on the new 7 nanometer process. The new Snapdragon 855 is also based on the 7 nanometer process. So it's a little bit more power efficient processor compared to the 845. But again, the performance of these two phones are very good. In terms of performance, you don't have to worry. It's blazingly fast. Anything you throw on these phones will run without any issues. I don't firmly believe in benchmarks, but I did run benchmarks on both of these. And if I show you the Antutu score, surprisingly, the OnePlus 60 went slightly ahead. As you can see, it got a score of 296,000, whereas this got a score of 278,000. But in the CPU, this Honor View 20 goes ahead. It gets a score of 103,000, whereas this gets up a score of about 92,000, which is almost 10,000 less. Place where the OnePlus 60 goes ahead is in the GPU, as you can see, and 128, and here it gets a score of about 1 lakh. So again, but these are just theoretical scores, guys. In terms of daily usage and day-to-day performance, both of these smartphones run everything you throw on it without any issues. Games, etc., all of the stuff work very well on the smartphone. So in that aspect, you don't have to worry. Now moving to the battery life, here I see a difference. Again, the capacity is also different. On the OnePlus 60, we have a 3700 milliamp hour battery, and the battery life it gets is actually pretty good. No issues, I would say, for a typical user. But the Honor View 20 definitely has a slight edge. The thing to go about is it has a slightly bigger battery. That's a 4000 milliamp hour battery, and also as the SoC is based on 7 nanometer process, it's slightly more efficient. So in terms of battery life, the Honor View 20 goes slightly ahead. Now moving to the charger, again both of them have fast charger, and we know that the OnePlus 60 has this dash charger, and guys, this is basically a 5 volt to 4 amp charger that's outputs at 20 watts. and it's a fast charger, and it charges this OnePlus 60 very fast. But now the competition is heating up, and this Honor View 20 actually also has a fast charger. As you can see, this is a fast charger that is supplied in this one, and yes, it can also output at 5 volts at 4 amps. That's about 20 watts, but this can also output at 10 volts at 4 amps, so it can output at a whopping 40 watts. So definitely in charging, this the Honor View 20 goes slightly ahead. But again, even the charging speed on the OnePlus 60 is fast. But yeah, this is slightly faster. Now moving to user interface, both of them actually differ quite a bit. Yes, both of them actually have custom UI. The UI on OnePlus is OxygenOS. I personally like this. This is actually closer to stock Android, but does have enhancements, and it's really fast. And OnePlus has been actually good in terms of update. It's very fluid and stuff. Whereas on this Honor View 20, we have this Magic UI version 2, which is actually based on EMUI, which is again a custom ROM. Again, in terms of functionality, it has everything you want on a modern smartphone. You don't have to worry about it. And in terms of fluidness also, it's very fast. But again, as you can see, it is slightly gives you that feeling of a custom UI. For example, in stock UI, you just swipe like to get to the app tray here. By default, you don't have those settings. But in terms of functionality, it is really good. And both of these, even EMUI and OxygenOS, will get updates quickly. But definitely, yeah, the OnePlus gets the update slightly quicker. Now, moving to one area where the OnePlus 60 definitely goes back is that it simply does not have any headphone jack. So you have to rely on Bluetooth headsets and stuff. Whereas on this Honor View 20, I'm glad that they have retained this headphone jack, and also it has the IR blaster, so you can it acts like a remote controller. You have an app, so you can just configure that, and for example, smart remote app, that functionality is simply not present on the OnePlus 60 because it simply does not have that hardware. Now let's also move to the camera on these. On the Honor View 20's rear facing camera is a 48 megapixel plus a 3D depth sensing camera, and the front facing camera is a whopping 25 megapixel shooter. Whereas on the OnePlus 60, the rear facing camera setup is a 16 plus 20, and the front facing camera is a 16 megapixel shooter. In terms of specs, yes, the specs are not everything in camera. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually show you the camera samples side by side so that you can judge the difference. These were some sample shots taken in the afternoon, and you notice the color difference. With the OnePlus 60, the sky is slightly on the duller side, and there is a slight difference in the color palette. In this picture, it gives us a better idea regarding the color difference, but I feel this picture clearly shows us the difference in the dynamic range and colors. The colors are more accurate on the Honor View 20, and also when we zoom in, notice that the dynamic range was a lot better on the View 20. In close-up shots, as you can see, both of them are actually doing a very good job. I don't see a huge difference. Yes, in this picture, there is a slight difference in the colors. But here again, as you can see, I like the picture on the left. And here, I like the picture with the OnePlus. But here, again, I feel both of them are actually doing a good job. And this was taken in the bokeh mode. Here, I like both of them in terms of the picture quality. And this was again taken in normal shot. Again, both do a good job. This was in the portrait mode. And here, this was taken with the front-facing camera, and both of them have actually pretty sharp front-facing camera. These was taken in the normal mode. There's a slight difference in the colors. So you let me know which one do you feel is doing a better job in terms of colors. And this again was taken with the front facing camera, but I zoomed in and I feel the edge detection is slightly better on the Honor. Notice the top of the hair. And this was taken with the rear facing camera in artificial lighting conditions. Both are doing a good job, but there's a color difference. Here I felt the Honor is better in terms of sharpness. Again, some more samples taken with the rear facing camera in artificial indoor lighting conditions. So that was the camera comparison. Very interesting results in my opinion. Which one do you think did better? I won't say it's a clear winner overall because in some areas the OnePlus did better, but in many areas I feel the View 20 did better, especially in outdoor conditions. The color accuracy etc. was better than the View 20. And now coming to the pricing, we know the OnePlus 60's pricing, but as of now we don't know the pricing of the View 20, but I have heard that the pricing will be very close to the pricing of of the OnePlus 60. So you guys have to decide which one is better for you. Do let me know in the comment section which smartphone would you prefer. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.